Welcome back, global newsers, not losers. Okay, Houston has a game next week, actually Saturday, tomorrow, and they're going to be playing Kansas State. And Houston is up for a challenge because not only are they going on the road to play Kansas State, also because they're playing the top 20 scoring offense in the country. And then they're also up against the top 20 defense in the country. When you put those two things together, they are prepared. They are ready to play both Houston odd and even line. And they're experienced and they're going to have a tough matchup. Kansas has a lot of tricks in their bag. They're going to be running a lot of trickery plays. But most importantly, the things to watch for, I believe Houston needs to pay attention to their big gameplay plays. Now, if you notice, if you watched the TCU and Houston game, that's what got Houston. They wasn't prepared for the big play. And it's almost like it's the same style of play. You know, you bait your opponent in to the small play, and then when they're least expected, boom, there's the big play. So just keep that in mind, Houston, when you're playing Kansas. You have to stay focused on the big plays. Now, good zone defense would be something to prevent pass, would be good to run, which spreads your defense in the backfield and it keeps everything in front of you. You should never be beat by the ball. If your players, here's the key in success to running a well-operated defense, no one should get behind you. If any of the players on the field get behind you, then you're beat. It's a good chance they're going to either score or pretty much make a big play. The key is to keep all opponents in front of you. Never let anyone behind you. Also, it's important to note that when playing Kansas, okay, you have to be able to mix it up. They're going to be looking, of course, they're going to be a little bit bigger in size, but they're going to be looking. You cannot play slow ball. You have to be quick on your feet. You got to keep the defense on their heels for offense. Do whatever you need to do to keep the defense on their heels, because that's key to having a high-powered offense. And also for the quarterback needs to run the ball. Whenever the play break down, I know it's kind of difficult and it's a judgment call on, do I run the play completely all the way through, even when it breaks down, and just throw an incomplete pass or throw it out? No, the goal is to get yardage. So when the play breaks down, it's freestyle. You have to be able to take matters in your own hand and get a first down. That should be the quarterback goal. By all means necessary, when the play breaks down or you don't see the option open for you to make the play, it's time to get some yards on the field. Not to injure yourself, but 5 yards here, 10 yards there, quick slide, boom, reset the play, try it again. But don't never take the sack and don't never try to scramble outside of when the play breaks down. Scramble out and get the yards, because it's necessary, it's needed. Also, do not lose morale. Like when the play breaks down or there's 3 and out or whatever, it's okay. But try your best to keep the tempo going and reset it for the next set of downs. And also another key, when you get to the 40, 35-yard line on the opponent's side, it's time to kick a field goal. Let no more fourth down plays. You cannot do that and win games. When you're in scoring range, whether it's 7 points or 3, you go for the 7 or 3. Each possession should be producing at least a score. And you want to be able, the goal is always, this is always the goal. If you can't score, the goal is always to get in scoring range, to give your team the opportunity to score every possession if you can. That's the goal. I know sometimes people think, okay, we're just going to run it play at a time. We're going to try to get down the field. And ultimately, the goal is to score. But sometimes you can't, in that set of downs or in that possession, you can't always score all the time. Like sometimes you ain't gonna be able to score touchdowns. So your mind should never be thinking, okay, we need to score every time we get the ball. No, just focus on the short field. Just get into scoring range. Give your kicker a shot to score, or better yet, if you can go and score that whole, if you can get into the end zone, go ahead and score. That's key. But to get into the scoring range, and it starts with the kicker. So your mind should be like, as a quarterback, as a coordinator, as the coach, as the players on the field, on offense, the goal is to give my kicker an opportunity to put 3 points on the board. If nothing else, that is the goal. I got to get my team in position to score, whether it be 7 or whether it be 3 or 7 points, especially when you're playing on the road. You got to be able to put numbers on the board, and it's okay because you're not going to always get 7 points every possession. So you got to the goal is to get your team downfield, get them in position to kick a field goal, and that's good enough because maybe the next time around you might be able to score. But each time, each possession, get in field goal range. And on the defense, don't get beat. Don't let nobody behind you on the field. So if you do this, you guarantee your odds of winning every game for the most part. And we already know special teams is good. We don't have to be too concerned about their abilities. They're still doing a good job. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, special teams. But as far as, the offense, do what you need to do. Also, run some trick plays often, because I do see these opponents, other teams in the Big 12, they are studying the film and the play calling in which, Houston is running, and they are prepared, and especially if it's a slow pace. Sometimes you got to switch the playbook up and come with a whole new set of plays that they never seen before. And that takes a lot of practice and research. But for the most part, let's see some plays that's going to be able to keep the defense on their heels. Now, key point is this. When you get in the red zone, I know a lot of teams panic when they get in the red zone because they have this anxiety and they want to score, and they like, we're here now, we can score. Okay, you increases your chances of getting 7 points when you're in the red zone because you automatically have the option to kick a field goal. So we're eliminating going for it on a fourth down. If you're not in the scoring range by the fourth down, it's time to punt, period. There's no need to, and then leave it in the defense hands. There's no need to force it and then get a turnover on downs, and then they're in good field position and they're scoring. But when you're there at the red zone, you gotta run the play action. That is the key to red zone offense. Play action, play action, play action. Because the field is shorter, the defense is stacked, and it's going to be challenging for the offense to think, oh, I'm just going to throw the ball down the field. No, they're going to be waiting for that. And they're going to crunch up the line in the front for the run, especially if you're going up the hole. So the point is, you gotta get very, what's the word I'm trying to say? Creative. You got to get very creative in the red zone. You can't come with basic plays that got you down the field. You got to, Houston should have a red zone playbook, period. And this should be totally different from the long field playbook. There should be, just like there's a special teams, there need to be a red zone specifically playbook that increases the odds of scoring in the red zone, because you can't take the lone field approach in the red zone. The field is short, and you got to be creative, because they're looking for the run in the red zone, and they're also looking for the pass, or it's a disadvantage too much to throw in the pass. So it should be a whole set of play action plays for the red zone. That's the key. You need a whole playbook of play action plays for the red zone, because Kansas is a good team. Kansas State is a good team. They was a good team last year. They're a good team this year. And they are similar to like TCU. They play on the same kind of caliber, and they're at home. They're going to try to score fast, boost the numbers up, and try to lower the morale for the opposing team, to try to get your mind out of the game. But also another key, play the whole game. Play the whole game. Do not give up when you least expect it. Look at the game against West Virginia and Houston. Play every quarter, play every down, and play the whole game. You just got to be patient, run the offense, but don't lose morale. Don't give up, and you'll be surprised. Play every down, every minute, every second of the game, and be waiting. They're going to tire out. These teams are not perfect. These schools are not perfect. These teams is not perfect. They make mistakes. Capitalize off the mistake. They're going to make mistakes, period. No one can play the whole 24 minutes and not make mistakes, period. There's going to be mistakes, or should I say 48 minutes and not make mistakes. So once again, be prepared for the game coming up against Houston and Kansas State. And for all the fans, support your team, okay? Whether you're showing up at the game or watching it, support your team. Until next time, don't forget to have a great day.